What's up, YouTube? Poji Force here, and I got my good friend here, Taylor McAllister, aka Mass Driver 100,
Hey guys.
and we're here to talk to you about Destiny: The Taken King, aka Destiny 2.0. Now, I got my friend Taylor here because he's got a different perspective on the game than I do. I'm one of those players who kind of gave up on Destiny after the first few months. I had lost interest in it for various reasons, which we'll talk about as we go through the video. And Taylor here, he kept to it.
Yeah, I kind of stayed with it shortly after the launch of the game, so I've been with it. I've been through its ups and downs, and we'll see how this fares out in the later long run and such.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to hop into the content that came out with this new patch. I'm going to talk about the reasons why me as a new player coming back into the game, it's a good idea to come back for those of us who may have given up on the game. And Taylor's going to give his view on why players who have been with it all this time should stick to it. So no further ado, we're going to get right into our first segment here in just a moment. Now this right here was the initial announcement about the 2.0 update where they changed the light system, which was a big deal.
Yeah, the light system was kind of confusing back before 2.0, and where your armor pieces had some significance on your attack power. Now it's just how slight attack power and your defenses, and it's for all of your gear, guns, ghost shells included.
So we're in our inventory screen here, and this kind of further highlights what we were talking about with, you may notice none of the gear actually has a light score on it anymore. Your light score is actually kind of more like your item level if you were talking about World of Warcraft, where it kind of gives you an estimate of your overall power aside from your actual class level. So this is actually my Titan right here, and we're just going through the inventory, and this is all the stuff that I already had. And you can see all the stuff at one point had light on it, and it no longer does.
Uh, Now, what you probably won't see here is that right there, the ghost shell actually has a defense stat now. That also helps in getting your light level up and how much damage you take.
Now what we're seeing here now is that they've actually added an emote section. The ghost used to be in this part of the character screen, but now there is an emote section where you can change your emote. I guess the point emote is the one you get by default. You can even preview your emotes now.
Yeah, I haven't been in this menu yet because I haven't been on 2.0 for a while.
The download was very long for him.
I'll quiet you. All right, now we're on to the new map screen. There's a Taken King cinematic. Well, also it's probably it's trailers and stuff. I can't do
Though we
yet.
can't view it yet. So the reef is no longer at the top. Reef's over to the left. Vanguard and Crucible are up to the top. Basically all the planets have been resized. And our strikes, our Heroic Strike, our Nightfall Strike are in the bottom left.
Yeah. Now with I don't think you go into it, but the Vanguard list there's now just 3 lists. There's I think that one of them is Legacy right now. We don't know what the other 2 are because we haven't unlocked them yet.
But yeah, right now there's just the Legacy Strike. I don't show it here, but the Legacy Strike is just pretty much all the old strikes. Everything that was pre-Taken King, basically, because I played the strike list there. I've seen a little bit of the Dark Below. I've seen a little bit of the Wolves. What's that?
It was the House of Wolves.
House of Wolves. So that is there, but it's all strictly level 20.
Yeah. Also, when you now go into the heroic or nightfall strike, it is any of the strikes at any one time. It's not just one strike now, but all these certain modifiers could be chosen at random. What I think it is. I haven't tried it yet, so don't quote me on this.
Okay. Now, another cool thing that happened with this new update is that all of the missions and bounties that you had currently open auto-completed. And this worked out really well for me, as you're about to see, because I had an exotic quest bounty open, and it auto-completed for me, so I got my Bad Juju rifle immediately, which was awesome for me.
Yeah, and you seem to have. I think you were trying to pick up the pulse rifles, weren't you?
I was trying to pick up the auto rifles, which I hear are supposed to be a lot more favorable in this new update.
Yeah, they changed up a lot of the guns and how they work both in PvP, PvE. I mostly use scout rifles, but then again, I haven't had much experience with all the other guns either, so I can't put my full input on that yet.
This rifle, though, was doing work for me, because with the String of Curses, I have this gun fully upgraded now. But now we're moving on to the inventory screen, and I was a little confused when I first got to this screen, but you got your new Legendary Marks icon up there. We have no way to earn those yet. Um, Your bounties have been replaced with a missions section, and then you also have your new quest log where your bounties actually go. And you can even select bounties to track them, so that way they'll appear in a sidebar when you pull out your ghost out in the open world to know, your progress on those bounties.
And this will be a big help for all of us longtime players because we know trying to go into the inventory just to look at how far we've gone into a bounty is really annoying. Now we can just track it through here, hit the bring up our ghost, and it'll be right on to the bottom right of the screen.
Now you can only track 4 bounties at one time. You can also track quests, though I don't do it here.
You can only track 4? I haven't tried that yet.
You can only track 4. In fact, okay, so now we're just going to jump right into our factions, though. I'm more of a faction guy than Taylor is, but I found out with the new faction changes, it used to be to get faction experience, you had to have their class item. But now you can actually purchase a faction badge for 2,500 Glimmer. And that actually goes into that mission slot that I was showing you earlier. Plus, you can also do a material exchange to donate supplies to your faction as a free and easy way to earn faction rep.
Yeah, most of this is going to be you because I don't do factions.
All yours, Guardian.
I've seen them. I know what guns they
Sure.
have, but I just personally don't like getting into all of it. I'll stay with the Vanguard and maybe Crucible. I don't do a lot of that either.
Yeah. But I think part of it too, though, was that it may be
All
easier
yours,
for you
friend.
to do this sort of thing now. I'm not sure when we're going to show that. It's
There you
for one
go.
thing, the material exchange makes it a lot easier when you're just like,
Okay.
look at all that plasteel plating I had.
Hope it comes
That's
in
another
handy.
thing too. I forgot to mention they changed the
All
armor.
yours,
Everything
Guardian.
is now armor materials.
Sure.
Plus, when you turn in bounties, which you can do from your bounty screen now, if you have a faction badge, you earn faction rep. So it's a lot easier now to get factions.
Now, back here at the created character screen, they've actually put up all 3 subclasses, which is kind of a shock to me because I didn't think they would put that up there until the Taken King actually dropped the week after this came out.
But you may note though that from the earlier view of the character creation screen, from my character screen, you still don't have access to that 3rd subclass. But now we're going to go on and move into everyone's biggest part here, and that is what Nolan Bot sounds like. All right, here we go.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian. It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city. Hold still. Don't worry, I'm still with you. We need to move, fast.
So that, guys, is Nolan Bot. What do you think, Taylor?
He actually sounds a lot better than the other guy. I'm sorry for the other guy. I didn't even know his name yet.
Peter Dinklage.
Oh, it was Dinklage?
Dinklage was actually not bad. Well, no, let's be honest here. He sounded like he had a frontal lobotomy.
Okay.
He sounded like he had zero emotion whatsoever.
But with Nolan Bot here, I kind of liked that when he said we were finally awake, it had feeling to it. So I think we're going to get a lot of help out of this. Also, what I heard from earlier is that Nolan Bot will be able to tell us when we're near scan locations out in the field. I haven't heard it yet, and I think it might just be with the Taken King DLC. It might not. We'll just have to wait and see for that.
Now, I have noticed going into patrols that he'll actually say things in regard to whatever planet you're patrolling on, and it's a lot more background intensive than what Dinklebot would say. Dinklebot would be just like, all right, let's go. But on Venus or something like that, Nolanbot will be like, think of all the lost data that's here. Don't worry, little files. We'll come and get you someday.
Okay, I need to hear that one. That one sounds like it's going to be funny.
Yeah, so Nolanbot, I'm tentatively excited about him, and I'm very excited to see what new is going to come out of the Taken King.
All right, Taken King comes out in about 4 days from this recording. Well, the 15th.
The 15th.
And
So-
I'm looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward too. So if you guys are a long-time player, or if you may be just hopping back into it like I am, we think the Taken King might have something for everyone here. So, with no further ado, guys, I'm Poji Force,
I'm Mass Driver.
and we'll see you, catch you later. Take care, guys.
But they announced this new game called Pokemon Go. It's coming out next year for mobile platforms. Now, I know you're thinking it's a mobile game. Who cares? You know, right? We're gamers. We use Xboxes and PlayStations and
The secondary stick and amiibo support. And as you can see in here, I have my Omega Ruby game. We're about to take my Mewtwo named Kitten through the Super Contests.